Here we are getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me is Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. 6'3" tall, the best to ever do it. He is the greatest of all time. This battle, we've waited a long time. And there's the bell to start round one. You wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a shot from that heavyweight. They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent. Rattle, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
These are my kind of fights, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Straight right, just misses. Just misses with that jab. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Caution is being thrown to the wind. A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
There's a counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Ali in that last round.
Switch on. Switch on.
What do we expect to see here in round two? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right, just misses. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Can't score with that jab. Well done with that counter shot. As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink because one big shot and this thing could be over. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good counter punch. Can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. talk about Ali in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
Okay, I'm happy. I like that round. The jab's working nice.
Out there and let's reset. Forget about that round. It was a bad
Focus. Don't let back into the fight. Great round.
And there's the bell for round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Can't land the jab there. Looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. And he scores with the counter. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How about that time counter shot? It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Beautiful counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Nice exchange here from both men. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the... Back at it in round 4. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One punch could end this fight for either of these two heavyweights.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Threw the uppercut but did not score. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Straight right just misses. Swinging a miss with the jab. He threw a punch and just got countered. A perfect count. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
Back into the fray here in round 5. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Those counter punches have to hurt. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A swing and a miss with that jab. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Both want a highlight reel knockout. Punch, counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally come on to the 6th round. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills, step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Nice counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Missing with that jab. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you think...
Here comes round 7. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. insane action. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Oh my God, Johnny! Well, the Eastern Assassin in some trouble here. How are they still standing?
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need him. And they're back at it again here in round 8. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
You would not want to be hit by this guy, trust me. The jab doesn't quite connect. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Nope, that hook won't score. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics, what a game.
There's nothing quite like a fight at the Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Up first, Larry Holmes, weighed in at 220. Here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab. Muhammad.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Fighting out of the blue corner, introducing him.
How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
It's hard. You've got to concentrate, preserve that energy, because when the heat's on you and you get hit, that's double heat.
Many said this fight would never happen, and yet here it is, and here we go. Carries that jab away. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Both men step back for just a moment. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
These are my kind of fighters, boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Perfect counter shot. Left uppercut doesn't score. The straight right just misses. Good punch. So much for boxing. This is a fight. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different. And there's the bell to start round 2. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Fighters always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Good counter punching. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He scores with the counter. It's all offense all the time. Do you believe what we're seeing? And he just missed with that left jab. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well done with that counter shot. Nice counter shot. They hit like heavyweights, but they move like middleweights. Truly elite level stuff here.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Catch, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Holmes in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here. Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter punch. Beautiful counter shot. He blocks the right uppercut. That punch is beginning to take its toll. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Straight right just misses. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The perfect counter lands. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful. That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
We wanted action, and they are giving us action. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a fight.
Good man.
Time for the 5th round. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. These punches coming from every angle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter. Fast fighter has to throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You'd like to see more jabs. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Relax, relax. Good work, you think.
Come on, you're better than that. Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about it.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense and end of it.
All right, now you're switching off. Right. Let's go out.
Here we go in the 6th round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've been in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Swing and a miss for that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Counter shot lands. Swing and a miss with the jab. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Holmes in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage. Here we go. It's round 7. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here.